Right, here I was. This is the site of the suspected murder attempt that took place. This is on the 15th of September, precisely 2 weeks ago. I was on the roof up there when a lady came out of this door here and started hurling abuse and accusations and insults at me from here. This is from the back garden here. Well, while I was up there. So I was up there working away on the roof, getting dragged into this silly altercation with a woman I'd never met before in my life, never seen before in my life, on the ground here, who clearly had nothing else better to do with her time. It's a bit shocking. Right, I just wanted to give everybody a quick idea of what things were like from my perspective on that day, the 15th of September, when this guy started coming up the ladder here to isolate me on the roof. And this all happened following an altercation with a woman I'd never met before. It's a friend of Teresa White, when her boyfriend, this is Teresa White's boyfriend, decided to join this mystery woman. Now, he came up the ladder all of a sudden in an aggressive manner, leaving me to make a split-second decision in terms of what his intentions were. And given that prior to this incident he had behaved in a clearly intimidating, threatening and aggressive manner, I had no reason to believe at all, in fact, that he had any honest intentions, and every reason to believe that he had malfeasant, nefarious intentions. So yeah, this is the view from my perspective, and the possible death I could have suffered while isolated up here. You know, this is quite literally an isolated roof in terms of no escape. Talking about the fact that once he got onto the roof, I would have no escape. These are guys twice my size, certainly much bigger than me, and I would have had absolutely no escape in terms of if he started pushing me, intimidating me, threatening me up here. He could have easily pushed me off the edge, just like it's gone flying off the edge here to my death. So there's that, if not a death, certainly a lifetime in a wheelchair. And I would have thought my own death. That way, let's see, he could have pushed me off this way. Onto the steps down there. Lovely, or off the edge here onto the tarmac. And I would have meant a lifetime in a wheelchair if you're lucky. So I had to make a split-second decision. You know, given this guy has a long history of just terrorism, intimidation, threats, and completely dishonest behaviour, then I had to make a decision. And that decision was that I was not going to sit here and let this guy just push me to my death. So the only option I had at that point was quite literally start going down the ladder. I thought there is no other option, but to start going down the ladder, just to stop him getting on the roof. It's as simple as that. So I started going down the ladder, and saw him, of course. Suddenly turned, he's halfway up the ladder behind me. I then made another split-second decision and decided to jump onto the flat roof, giving myself a sprained foot and nearly a fractured foot, which I had to work for the rest of the day with, but then started shaking the ladder. This is a couple of simple reasons. One, the guy had no reason to, he had no right to touch my ladder, absolutely no right to start climbing my ladder, much like you don't touch other people's cars, climb in other people's cars and drive them around. You know, you don't touch other people's ladders and then start climbing them when they don't, you know, when you don't have their permission. And with the sort of intentions that guy had, I mean, obviously, you know, I had every bloody right to start shaking this thing and, you know, and send him out a clear message. You know, I don't want, you know, some psychotic, violent terrorist climbing onto my roof, pushing me around, quite possibly pushing me to a premature death.